Perfect Couple by Uncle WHYTE at 40 Ghana cedis each. Available at all Shell shops, selected bookshops, and total filling stations.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to ENCORE, the Facebook Live platform on which we discuss all things love, marriage, relationship, and what have you. They call me Uncle WHYTE. I am the CEO and Artistic Director of Roverman Productions. And at Roverman, we produce a play every quarter at the National Theatre, a family-friendly play at the National Theatre. And this quarter is no exception. On the 29th of this month, it's one of the, you can say 29th of February only every 4 years. On the 29th of February, we premiere our latest play titled Final Warning. In Final Warning, we are celebrating the life of a Ghanaian success story. A man who you'll be amazed to see how low God picked him and how high he has brought him. We hope to see you then. But welcome to ENCORE. For the family and the community, you are welcome. I can see now Yele says, I'm here, yeah, now, welcome. Then it looks like everybody watching us this morning is called Na. So, Na Rita, hi. And Nana Jua, hi to you. Edward Sowa, your patience has been rewarded, and I'm happy you have been with us. Matilda, and all the rest of you. We rejoice that you make the time to join us every edition of ENCORE. Today, we're going to, what happens with a live program is that you have to change anything can be thrown at you. A guest does not turn up and suddenly you have to think of something else to do. But fortunately for me, I have a team of incredibly resourceful people who are courageous and who don't mind putting their life on the line. They are open book for all of us to read. And oh mind, what stories they have in their love, lives. Those we put on camera are those whose love stories are seen. We have others in our team whose love stories, if we put out there, there'll be too many people have to stop wearing pajamas. So
that particular type, yes.
So let me welcome the beautiful, the articulate, and the dramatic Effie.
Oh. Hello, that's me.
And then let's meet the handsome, the crazy, and also the very decent Adrian.
Hello.
Adrian will be renowned for a generation for the question to the best question to a father-in-law. Those of you who have followed us know what I'm talking about. And then we are also joined by the intelligent. This lady's brain is so sharp it can cut you, and it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt that she is beautiful as well. That combination should not be in any one person, but they are all in this lady. And not only that, she is one of the sweetest people you would ever meet. And of course, there she is, Victoria.
Hi, hello. Hello. Hi. I have such an introduction, you can't say much. Hi.
Hi.
You are saying a lot.
Oh, right.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, now we'll be joined in the course of time by Akosia. I call Akosia the ring hunter.
Oh wow.
Yes.
If you hide your wedding ring, Akosia will find it. Akosia will find it. You can hide it however you want. And then Ken will join us, and then we'll then also have Bwama made it.
Yes.
Boama made it joining us. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's start
Thank
off.
you.
Let's start off doing something interesting. Is love worth it? Is it worth all the trouble? Is it worth all the yearning? Is it worth all the anticipation? Is it worth all the expense? Is it worth all the tears? Is it worth all the planning, the schemes? Is it worth all the going to sit under the machine in the saloon? Is it worth all the nice dressing and all that? Is love worth it? Yeah, Vic, go on.
So, actually, when you ask that question, I'm tempted to just say yes, it's worth it. But then, as you were listing the various things that we do under the impression that we're doing for love, I started thinking that, are those things really for love? The various things that we think we're doing for love, and have we defined love properly? Because I feel like when it's defined properly as what love is and should be, indeed is worth it. But when we have embraced so many things, so many different cultures of who have interpreted love differently, and you've embraced all these various things, then it's really a big farce, because at the end of the day, that is why you would even ask yourself that I did all of this because I was in love with you. I did all of this because I was please, maybe that wasn't love.
Okay.
But then I feel like the definition of love, the actual definition of love, will make it worth it. Then the trouble is worth it. And when I think of the things that are done for love, I think more of sacrifices and compromises. And that is not really done for one person's love, but is done to shape the love shared between two people. So in that case, then nobody's losing out, because we're both going to gain at the end. But whenever it's that selfish act of, I'm doing something because I love you and I want you to see that it is for your love and I'm not benefiting from it, then it's not worth it. Okay, so that's a lot.
Market Day, thank you for your compliment. You seem to be enjoying my dress, so
lovely.
Thank you. Adrian, is love worth it? Oh, Adrian, get up and let me see your dress proper. I didn't. When you were coming to sit down, I didn't quite see it.
Yeah, it's your color, man.
Oh, yeah, blue.
Yeah, this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Efua, thank you very much.
You should see the pattern in the fabric.
Yeah.
All right, please, you can sit.
Thank you very much.
Detail.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, is love worth it?
I'd say yes. I'd say yes. If love is true, I think the ultimate test or show of love is by doing and by sacrificing. If I'm not too biblical, God showed His love by, giving us His only begotten Son. So love is a show or is an act. So love, the acts of love are worth it. Like she said, we misconstrue what love is. So then we do A, B, C, some to manipulate the people that, manipulate the people that they are interested in to look their way or to fall in love with them. But genuine, true love is worth it. It's worth the fight. It's worth the sacrifice. It's worth the time. It's worth everything.
The tears.
Well, genuine love will not make you cry. Well, if
we go,
Jesus wept, but not because. Well, I have a saying that goes that the one who loves you will not make you cry. If he makes you cry, then it's a lie. Yes. If it makes you cry,
well, it says that no man is worth your tears.
Yes.
But when you meet one who is, he will not make you cry.
Uncle puts
And
it
then
even
you
better.
cry because you don't have something to cry about.
Yeah, you'll be like, oh,
Yes.
yeah. It's beautiful. You see, even the tears become, they're nice because, like for me, I spent now I don't sleep early because after rehearsal I go home. Then there is these 2 hours that I have to sacrifice between 10 and 12 to catch up, to make up for my absence in the home.
Okay.
So, Uncle, I am sleepy. I am worn out. But those 2 hours, I can't miss out on. I give those 2 hours without anything. First, we go shower. Then we sit down. Then, how was your day? Talk to me. Because I'm not there. I'm not there till 10. So I make that sacrifice because she is worth it. And love is worth it. Yeah.
Uncle.
There's someone who says she's joining us for the very first time. So,
hello.
Thelma Ankra. Thelma, welcome on board. This is a happy family. Yes, Efe.
Okay, so when you asked the question, I thought, as usual, a lot of things. The first one was, which kind of love are we talking about? So then I just decided to say, okay, love for self is worth it. Love for God, love for your work are all worth it. For man, no. No, no, no. So unless you're viewing it from the...
All right, for the purposes of any avoidance, on this platform, we're talking about love for man.
Yes.
Great.
Love, romantic love.
So that
We are not looking at all the
good loves, the
fine,
good loves.
fine.
We're looking
So
at the
down to earth here. This is not seminary. This is.
Maybe we should reconsider.
We are talking about the love that keeps you awake at night.
Okay.
Either fantasizing or daydreaming or crying and swearing you will kill him the next time you see him.
Yes. Okay, so no, it's not worth it. Unless for the sole purpose of learning your lessons and being able to help other people who fall into the trap. Eros love should be cancelled. And then I had to come back to reason.
Says the girl
Uncle.
who's one of the most romantic.
Well,
Put the camera on her. Put the camera on her.
So, this is the thing. It's about where you're at and how you choose to view it at the time.
And now we are in spoken word mode. Go. There you go. There you go.
Which is interesting.
That's right. Go.
I have a poem. It's called Love Is Not Enough.
Okay, go.
Yes, I can't recite it because I'm not a spoken word artist, but Uncle, it's there somewhere. But I talked about how so there's this Bible verse that came to me that I read this morning, and it says, dear children, let's not merely say that we love each other, but let's show the truth by our actions. And I was like, oh, this thing about actions speaking louder than words is completely biblical, yeah. And it's because I think that we get so caught up in the everything else, the hearing of the I love you, I love you, I love you, and then people don't follow up with the action. And that action, I don't think always has to be romantic. But then people translate like romantic love equals romantic actions. But a romantic action can just be sitting and listening, or sitting and chatting like you said, or whatever. So, okay, now the bitter Effie is gone. The one that says cancel Eros love is gone. I do think it's worth it. For precisely the quote you made before, if it's the right person, they won't put you to the point of the tears. Having said that, I do think it's important for people to go through a little bit of that sleepless night heartbreak thing
to appreciate
because
the good one when they see it.
I've had older people close to me before when I was going through that issue with the one who made me walk.
Yes.
And I remember later on kind of asking, after hearing a few other guys express this, I'm in love with two people at once kind of thing. And I remember asking someone older than me, like, does this happen? Can you, as a woman, can you have a crush on or be in love with two people or have a crush on one and love another? How did you deal with someone cheating on you, and the person was like, look, I was the SU Criff that went through high school, met the man I was in love with, married him, and we've been married for 30-something years. I can't identify with your issue. So here's the number of my friend who might be able to. And that was one of the most difficult things, because this is someone who I felt was the person who should have been able to help me through that pain. And they couldn't, because they'd just never been there.
I think I like this person for being honest with you.
Yes.
Because what I find irritating are people who can relate but still try to answer.
Say something.
Yes.
You know, they can't relate what you are saying, and then they give you solutions don't work. I call them the non-solution solution. They sound so good, but they are bogus.
Unpractical.
Yes, so I really respect this person for saying, I really can't relate to it. And let's face it, there are people who God has blessed that the person they fell in love with, they married. I am not that blessed. And I believe that there are many like me who are not that blessed, who have to work through the issue of being married to one and still struggling to overcome love for another. And over the period, making a journey of this till you get to the point where you wake up one day, you realize, oh, hang on, I was actually given what I needed.
Yeah.
Not what I wanted, but I needed this, and this is good for me. And then the sense of appreciation comes after that. But then it comes on the back of all these questions and heartaches and yearning and hurting somebody innocent, who is innocent to all this because she didn't ask for this and all that. So I respect that person. But let's recognize that there are people who are that blessed.
Yes.
They haven't been touched by some of the things that have touched us. They can stand before. Those are the people who will be in the residential areas of heaven.
I tell you, Uncle.
Me, I am only happy to get through.
Through the gate.
Yes.
I'll be in the ghetto.
Oh, no, just let me get through. Just let me get through. Once I get there, I am in heaven. Okay.
I'd rather be homeless in heaven.
But there's something you said. This the Bible passage that you read. By the way, Efe is the daughter of two pastors, so it's a very interesting combination. Those of us who are in the real world, we don't know Bible much. So what we say is that,
Uncle, are you adding yourself to
go you. We say that love is a verb.
Yes. I wrote that last week,
Yes, it's a doing thing.
Before I came into the Christendom, I wrote that.
Vic.
Yes.
Married for some time now. You're one of those people.
5 years.
5 years already.
Yeah. 5 years.
Like yesterday.
It was like yesterday.
Wow.
Literally. 5 years.
It's come so quickly.
Yes. Sometimes.
Maybe not easily, but it has come quickly.
It's happened fast, but then it's been
Now looking back to your 23-year-old self, what would you want to tell that girl about love based on what you know now?
23-year-old me. Dear 23-year-old.
At that time, had you finished your master's?
No, but
Yes.
yeah.
I think you
No, I started.
You had
Because
started your master's.
23 years. That's 8 years ago. Yeah, I started. Yes. Wow. I'd finished first degree. I'd finished my.
You had finished first degree with first class.
With first class.
With first class.
First class. Yes.
Yeah.
came right in
Don't let the beautiful face fool you. Behind that beautiful face is Okay, so you had just started your master's.
Yes, I just started my master's.
Yes, but at that time you had already earned a master's in Broken Heart.
Yes, no, I was just about to go into that.
Oh, all right.
No, yes, I had.
No, you had.
I done about 4 years of that degree.
Yes.
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 So I was just about to end the certificate.
Yes.
Yes, it was around that time. It's exactly.
You were ordering the gown.
I was ordering the gown for my graduation, and I graduated with flying colors. I made it. Yeah. What would I tell you then?
Yes. Talk to that silly girl.
So I would tell her that love is not what you're in or what you were in, and don't get it twisted. And there's nothing wrong with walking away. It's actually bliss. And I would also tell her that marriage is it's a lot of work. So finish your PhD.
Wow.
And then I would tell her that even though it's a lot of work, it's the most beautiful journey, and it does come quickly. And I also tell her that ignore what people tell you. Figure out love on your own. Ignore what the supposed status quo is or what it's supposed to fit in, and stop trying to make it fit into that, and figure it out on your own. Go out there and love. And then I also tell her that your heart can love more than one person at a time, and it's not a sin. And then don't go. Yes. And I also tell her that yeah.
God is not saying some things.
Yes, I'll tell her that it's true. God, when you find that one, God is not going to pair you up. God probably not say anything about it.
Yeah.
Yes, but then the main thing I'll tell is that it's okay to walk away. It's very okay to walk away. Figure love out, and love is really not what you're sitting in. Because then I was sitting in a mess, and I thought it was love. I'd never, and I think I understand what love is now, because I have somebody who loves me, and every day I'm figuring out what love is, because I think I mentioned this last week. The damage is deep. I realized that easily. I had a conversation with Mrs. White, and I told her that my husband is just picking up a position in church, and this is what I wanted. He loves church, loves God. This is what I wanted. It's part of my list.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I don't want it. I'm like, what is wrong with you? I don't know why. I just don't want it. Why? Why are you married to the church? It's me, right? And then she said, can you fight God's hand on your husband? And all of a sudden, I was like, oh my goodness. So I'll tell 23-year-old me that maybe you should take that off your list. Relook at the list. Some of the things maybe you think you want.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's what
It's okay to walk away 100%. Figure love out 45%. Yes, as much as possible, be adventurous, be open-minded. But there are people ahead of you who have made mistakes. Learn from their mistakes, because we are all human beings. There are certain things we would all do. But when we know better, we do better. So sometimes it pays, provided you meet somebody who is down to earth and will be honest with you. Not somebody who has fire at home and is painting a very rosy picture for you. So no, love is not to be figured out alone. You will need quite a bit of help for that. Adrian?
Yes.
You married at what age?
29.
29. Wow.
Yeah, it was my dream. I didn't realize it was coming true. I'd planned I'll get married at 29, and it was when I was getting married. I was like, how old am I? Oh, 29. Okay, it happened.
That's the age I married.
Oh.
Yes, I was 29.
It's a perfect age.
Yes, I was a 29 foolish boy who thought he knew what he was doing, but I absolutely had no clue what I was doing.
And it's been 37 years.
Come again?
It's been 37 years.
Yeah, it's been 37 years.
Wow.
That.
You wanted to find my age, now you know my age.
Oh, no, I think the entire world knows your age. We put it up every year. And we put your age next to your happy birthday. We go, happy birthday, Uncle Ibu, then we put that, and we put it on our statuses. We do that every year.
At 60.
But at what age did you leave the university?
22. Yeah, 22. Yeah.
Filled with hopes.
Yes. Good thing. Be more serious. Life is not all fun, and also get to start loving yourself first. Discover who you are on the inside. Love yourself deeply. Then you can give love. Also, don't be afraid of love. Go all in and all out. Don't be afraid to be hurt. Don't care about that. It's all part of the experience. What else can I tell this guy? Stop flirting. Stop flirting with everybody and anybody.
Because at that age it becomes fun.
Yes,
and a game.
It is.
Harmless. Harmless. I said that you don't realize the damage
it does.
is doing on the other side. Yes.
And you realize there are a lot of women that are hanging on because you are flirting with them, and they are expecting.
And you're giving them false hope.
And then at some time it comes and you're like, oh, but I was waiting for you. You're dating now. Then you are like, oh my God, what have I done? So stop flirting. It sucks. Then don't look for the perfect companion. Be the perfect companion.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Build yourself up to be the perfect companion, and you attract who you are.
That's right. Yes.
And after you've built yourself to that point, you get the perfect companion.
You attract who you are.
Yeah.
And looking at the kind of woman you have married, I think you are a formidable person. You're an incredible person.
Thank you, Uncle.
Adrian is married to one of the most incredible women you would ever meet. And so now we know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Evie.
Uncle.
Talk to the girl who was walking on the street. About love.
You said, what did she say? Thank God you were wearing 2-inch heels that day. I think I threw them away after that, actually.
It's a long walk then.
Yeah. Okay, what would I say to her? You are a good person. Uncle, you see, I think that I might cry, and I don't want to cry.
Why? Because I didn't get a memo that said that no crying on this platform.
Okay. You're a good person. And you are worth a lot more.
Yeah. You deserve much better.
You'll get over it. And
even though at the time it happens, it doesn't seim like you would get over it.
And I remember the first day that I woke up and it didn't hit me. Like it was the first morning that it didn't hit me, and I was like, oh, thank God. So you'll get over it. But remember to stand your ground. Trust your instincts more, because I think. Thank you very much. Trust your instincts. If you feel something, honor that and make an informed decision based on that instinct. Trust yourself more, to accept better. To guard your heart. So I tell her to guard her heart. And it's funny because I just figured out this week that in a way, guarding your heart is about guarding what you let in, literally through what you're looking at and what you're listening to. So in a way, close your eyes more. Look only at things that look right. And don't focus on things that you know will hurt. I think some of us have, or the old me, had a habit of thinking that the more you look at something that hurts, the more immune you become to it, or the more desensitized. But that's not the fact. You actually sink deeper and deeper.
Yes.
So to that, Effie, learn how to get out fully. By looking at better things, different things, and just who you are is good. And so don't try and. The last one is not to compare yourself. So to that, Effie, don't compare yourself. I think a lot of insecurities grow when someone does that.
Yes.
And then you continue to allow it to happen. So you accept it from everywhere. You accept people treating you as less than because you believe that. So,
yeah. You are one of the most incredible young ladies I know. Come here. Come here. Don't share any tears. You're a wonderful lady, and I celebrate you. Okay. All right. I allow that to go on because we need to heal, and sometimes processes like that helps us to heal more than anything else. And I'd like to thank Efe for being bold and courageous enough to open up to us and share with us things that many people need to talk about so they will be healed, but they are too afraid to ever come out. Now, there is something that I'm picking up from the three of you, that if it is the perfect love, if it is true love, there will be no tears. But I beg to differ. That even perfect love can cause you pain and cause you tears. All because it is a human being you are dealing with. He has his flaws. Sometimes we hurt people without even intending to hurt them. Sometimes we hurt those closest to us because we are hurting.
Yeah.
Not because we are terrible people, not because our partners are terrible people, but because we ourselves are screaming out for help. And out of that pain, you remember the image of the dog I gave last week?
Yeah.
It's biting at everything, but it's crying to be loved very deeply, except that it has not found it, and with time, is biting at everything. And yet, so let's not be afraid of love. Wow. I'd like to thank Vic. I'd like to thank Adrian, who married at the same age as I did. Those of us who marry at 29, we don't quit. So until you have done 37 years, don't come and tell me you want to work out at anyway.
If she's working
I'll beat it out of you.
If she works out, I'm following her. So.
You're following her?
Yeah, she
okay.
works out.
Yeah. That I like that. Yeah. And Effie, Yugun is one of the most cherished moments on this platform because it was sincere, it was true, and I appreciate that. We'll take a little break, and when we come, we're going to meet another set of people. I am hoping that one of them would also cry.
Maybe Ken.
So we'll take a short break. We'll be back. Right back.
Honey, won't you come to bed?
I'll be with you. I'll be with you.
Come on, let's go to bed too. And you're doing this.
Huh? Sweetheart, I think it's getting late. You should come to bed.
Get the best-selling novels, The Deal, and Perfect Couple by Uncle WHYTE at 40 Ghana cedis each. Available at all Shell shops, selected bookshops, and total filling stations. For inquiries, call 050-554-6010 or WhatsApp 050-554-6030 for your copies.
Wow.
Prosecco's can count.
Wow. Well, welcome back. Our chief technician just threw something at us. Kwesi, we'll let you go for remedial classes to learn how to count. Well, welcome back. We just spent time with Effie, Adrian, and Vic. And we continue with Ken, Akosia, and Wama made it, Isaac. Lady and gentlemen, you are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Uncle.
You followed the discussion so far. Give me your comments before we go on.
Okay. Is love worth it? I wrote a few notes down.
Okay. Oh, great.
Is love worth it? Yes and no. Yes, if both parties are willing to fight for it.
Yes, if both parties are willing to fight for it. Okay.
Because most of the time it turns out that one person is head over heels doing all the work and the other one is just lazying around.
That's right.
And when that happens, the one who's doing all the work gets, is hurt.
Yeah.
It's overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And it becomes bitter instead of sweet.
Yeah.
But you know how they say you got what you needed and not what you wanted.
Yes.
You may not be head over heels in love with someone, but that person's love drives you to where you need to be. And I agree with that because sometimes even the lazy ones who are not working in the relationship, sometimes they tend to grow in the relationship because they see how much effort a human being is putting in to make him or her happy, unless the person is selfish and doesn't realize what is going on. But then when you see someone putting so much effort to please you, to make you smile, it drives you to also do better, So I don't entirely blame others because there are certain relationships that people enter in not because they wanted to, but they are forced into.
Okay.
And they have nowhere else to go. They have to stay there. some of them work out, some of them don't. And I believe those that don't work out is because from the beginning, they know that, okay, this relationship, I didn't want it. So I don't care whatever you're doing. I'm just not going to put in the effort to even make it work. But then when that mindset changes and, they start putting in the work, everything becomes beautiful. I also think that the world has misinterpreted love. So a lot of people see love and they expect, fairy tales. Unfortunately or fortunately, we are in a modern age where social media, telenovelas, movies, they cloud the minds of everyone, old and young, especially the young. So they grow up thinking that, oh, I need a Princess Diana kind of love. I need a... You know what I mean? So, okay, wedding. Cool. So yeah, they're looking for a Disney princess kind of relationship, which in reality doesn't exist. So it leads a lot of people astray, and even when they're actually in a good relationship and they have a good thing going on, they don't appreciate it because all the efforts he or she is doing, because it doesn't match up to their expectations, it's nothing to them. So.
Well, that's quite a lot. Thank you, Akosia. Your comments on what you saw.
Okay, is love with it? Uncle, I think you would have to taste both worlds in order to answer this question. And I think I can answer it now because at least I have tasted both worlds. To be yes, to be genuinely in love.
Speak out
sure,
a bit.
To be genuinely in love, and then to be also genuinely broken. I have tasted both worlds. So, what I think is, it's only worth it when both of you are willing to work and make it work.
Okay.
So that I love you. We have a vision for this relationship. This is where we want to see it. So we all work together.
Yes.
And then we achieve it. But just like Boama said, if the other person is just toying around, playing around, and you're always putting the hard work, then it becomes... You would miss it. And then finally, as I said, love is work. So that when you are into a relationship, we should just take away they lived happily ever after kind of thing when we read in fairy tales, because when they live happily ever after, we close the book. Close it. What happens there? So at the back of our minds, I've met this guy. He's handsome. He's cute. He calls me, but it doesn't end there. We should put in more work, and when we do, it will be worth it at least. Yeah.
So, something that the two of you said brings to mind a conversation I had with one of the guys I respect in Ghana. I had met his wife, and his wife was incredible. So I said, my goodness, I met your wife, and she's incredible. And he said, yes. So he also joined in touting the virtues of the wife. Then I said, you are very lucky to have a woman like that. And he said, I am. But if that is all there is, then I am in trouble. She must also be able to say, I am lucky to have him. And that stayed with me. He said, that is not enough. He said, that means nothing. Me saying that I am lucky to have her, if it is not met with she also saying, I'm lucky to have him, then there is something wrong with the marriage. And that is what the two of you are saying, that if it is only one person in the relationship carrying the weight, then there's something very wrong.
Uncle, it just reminds me of something that happened this morning in my home. So this morning, I don't know what happened, and I just told David that if you had married someone else by now, you'd have all gone your separate ways. So I am putting the hard on. He said, no, it's him. So as I was driving, I was like, you see, so we both think that we are putting in the hard work, and I think that's what is making something work, because he thinks on his side, he's putting in the hard work. On my side, I also think I'm also putting in the hard work, and it's not that bad, but I think we are making headway at least.
Wait, is it the same David who goes to the market? to do the groceries.
Yes, Uncle.
He's doing more than hard work.
Yeah.
Hi, David. Yes, Ken.
My brother Ike and Akosia are married, so they can speak from a point of view where I haven't been. But I remember a few.
We'll deal with the question of why not later.
Okay.
But for now,
I remember some episodes back when we were talking about knowing who's the perfect person for you, and Adrian made a statement that said that I don't remember exactly what he said, but he made a statement to the effect that when you find someone whose detergents can clean your stain, then you know you found someone. You know, that thing stuck with me because a lot of the times we are thinking about the sweet aspect of it. You know, this person is beautiful, this person makes great conversation and all of that. But looking at someone whose detergents can clean your stain, that is hard work.
yes.
You know, and so we move from the point, once you see it from that point of view, then you realize that it's not an issue of living as Ike said, Disney kind of marriage or Disney kind of life. It's whether you're ready to roll up your sleeves, roll up your trousers and get into the gutters and actually do the hard work. You know, I remember I saw a picture once on Facebook of a woman whose baby had pooped, and the baby was lying in a napkin, and said, "You people who say that motherhood is sweet, that's the sweet. You see the baby, oh, I want a baby, I want a baby. This is it."
This is also part of the deal.
Exactly.
Of having a baby.
This is it, you know. But is love worth it? Yes, I think it is. If God thought it wise to bring his son to come and die for mankind, why is it not worth it?
Well, I also have another why.
Okay.
Why is everybody on this who is come to speak about simple romantic love talking about
well, Uncle,
crucifixion?
Yeah. You know, I didn't know I was coming to meet pastors and deacons and catechists and pocket catechists. Yes, what I say.
Well, Uncle, you see, we are your children. That answers the
Meaning?
question. Well, meaning you lead the way and we follow. Yeah.
All right. You know what I'll say to that when you meet her.
I know.
So.
You know.
All right. So, Akusha, is love worth it?
Yes, Uncle. I think basically it is because I would always say that just go in, just do your best. If it doesn't work, you know that at least you put in an effort and it didn't work and you backed out, you know. But then to sit back and what about if I go and he hurts me? What about if it doesn't work? Just give it a shot. If it doesn't. You tried, you know.
Yes.
I believe that more or less in it working or otherwise actually depends on us, and it may sound selfish, but a lot of the times we must make it work to the most of our abilities because of first and foremost our happiness, even before the other person's happiness, so that should in case the unfortunate happens and it doesn't work, you know very well that you went in hard, you went in fully, you didn't shortchange yourself, you know, then you know that you didn't cheat yourself, and it's difficult, you know. That's the fear. People say, so what if I give it my all and it doesn't work and I'm gonna get hurt? But at the end of the day, what if you don't give it your best shot as well? You're cheating yourself too.
Okay.
Uncle.
Yes.
I find it funny when people actually are scared to fall in love.
When people
are scared to fall in love.
Okay.
Because yes, you may have bad encounters with people.
Candace, good afternoon.
But then...
Yeah, good afternoon. Mr. Kitchen, good afternoon.
Yeah, you may be scared to fall in love. Scared to go through bad situations and everything, maybe because of your past. But then you grow from it, you learn from it. Every bad turn is an experience. So allow yourself to fall, go through the pain, go through the good times. That's the only way you learn and be better for the next relationship. I remember we had a talk one time, and it came up that every relationship or every past relationship is a class, if I should say, for the next relationship ahead. So let yourself go, experience it, better yourself, and make the next person who comes your way happy.
Do you get this impression that love is really a school for making us discover ourselves and forcing us in the direction we should go to become better?
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it is that makes even true love difficult.
True.
Because change is not easy, especially when the change is your core. Something in you, some attitude needs to go for something to come.
Uncle, this reminds me of a story. Just like Effie said, she walked. Luckily I didn't walk. I was able to stop a taxi. But as I sat in the taxi, I think that day the taxi driver really had wanted to kidnap me. I think he would have taken me. It's just that our house was a popular house. So the moment you mention the name that you're going to North Carnation, this place, they can just drop you at the gate. But I don't know how I sat in the car, and then I don't know where I was till the driver told me, "You drew." I'm like, "Oh, we have actually arrived, Uncle." I slept, and midnight I woke up also. I'm like, did it really happen? Did he really do it? Did this really happen? I thought I couldn't make it, but although I'm always afraid, and when it happens like that, you think you keep on thinking, will this person also do the same thing to you? So you are quite insecure. You are not really balanced, but you just go on. Well, I'm still afraid for the same thing to happen, but if it does, if I have survived the first one, that one I wasn't married to, so I can easily walk away. But what about
No, it's not going to happen.
If it happens anyway, it's life, right? We go.
No,
we go,
I know David.
We go.
It's not going to happen. I can assure you. It's not going to. No, you see, certain things don't happen out of the blue. It is a manifestation of who the person is. And there are people who, when you know their core, you know they are not perfect, but there are certain things too that they won't do. Yeah. But listening to Akosia talk, listening to Efe and Abizga, who is not on the platform today, talk in the past, and some of the other people, I wish boys could be taken, whether in the spirit or whatever, to the room of the girl whose heart they have broken, to see the damage they have just caused. Because that is a part of our actions we don't see. You think that, look, it's over, go, and you go away and get on with your life. I wish that it would be possible for us to be transported the morning after into that girl's room, into that girl's soul, and to see what you've done. And then for you to be asked, is it worth the pain? The pain you've just caused, is it worth it? Because if you seek your happiness at the expense of somebody's tears, you are not human enough. If you seek your happiness at the expense of someone's pain, then that is not happiness. You have been a wicked person. That is wickedness. And I hope that we would all rise up to it. Well, for some reason, because of Efe, time flew very fast today. She brought a certain magic to this, and Akosia starts it right.
Spread it up.
Akosia, what was going through your mind in the taxi?
Uncle, my heart was beating very fast. I could just... right now I'm in the taxi again.
I'm the door.
Yeah. So I remember I got down from his stairs, and he was like, Akosia, it's not like it is, it's not like it. I'm like, it's okay, I can go. Can you go ahead? So I go down the stairs, and I just stopped something. I just stopped it, and the car stopped. So if it was a private car, I think I would have just hopped in, And as I was sitting, like, he did this. He really did this. This thing really happened. Really, really. After all that he said to me, and since chasing up and down, you don't give in. Now you give in, and that's what really, really. Uncle, it was heartbreaking, especially when you met someone in first year. He says he likes you, think no, you are not ready, and then finally you decide, let me give it a shot. Let's see if it works fine. And then, lo and behold, I don't know whether the other lady was already there or he just. I don't know. I didn't even ask questions. I just didn't. And the worst thing is, they will not come back to tell you that, oh, I'm sorry. He didn't. He didn't. He just didn't. I think, Effie, I was telling you yesterday that I spoke to a mentor, not really a mentor, a man I used to go to church with, like, I should rather call him. I'm like, why should I call him? So you call him. And uncle, when I regretted calling, I think that was the one, I told Effie yesterday, that was one of the worst mistakes. I shouldn't have, I should just let him go. And I called, and I don't think he even listened to himself. But
yeah,
hey,
when it's over, it's over.
Yeah.
Learn to move on, and you'll be all right. I think that for anybody nursing a heartbreak, you'll be all right. You don't know it yet. You'll be all right, and you'll be better. Just let not the bitterness define you. And sometimes the relationship ended because the other person woke up to the fact that he doesn't deserve you. Quite often when a relationship ends, we think that there's something wrong with us. But the point is that when your partner recognizes that he doesn't deserve you, he will walk. They can't stay. And quite often when they walk, that is the reason. Well, Ken has an announcement to make. It looks like there is a competition we are launching.
Yes.
We want you to write a love letter.
Yes.
And then you win a cake for the Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So write a love letter to your loved one and post it on Uncle Bohwai's Facebook wall.
Yep.
The letter with the most likes wins a cake from Creamy Sensations, together with some other goodies. The competition starts now, right?
Yes, it starts now.
And then we'll see. Once again, remember, our next play is Final Warning. We will be talking a little bit more about it. Before the production, we'll bring some of the cast here for it. It is my biggest cast that I'm working with. This is the show with the most music. The first time Ike handles our son, the first time he came to rehearsals and saw the people, he walked to me and said, Uncle, is this a cast? And I realized his mind, he was, how am I going to mic our 30 people? How am I going to mic 30 people? And I told him, one way or the other, we're going to make it because it's an epic show. So if you haven't gotten your ticket, go get it. But for all of you who join us, thank you. For all of you who come on camera, thank you. David, we are missing you, so we hope you'll come next time with Abena. And today, there's only one person I'd like to say thank you to. Efe and Kroma, thank you very much for your beautiful soul, for your courage, and for your sincerity. You have done us a great blessing on this program. So, until we come your way again, let's keep love going. Is love worth it? Absolutely. If it is not worth it, then life itself is not worth it. See you.
Honey, won't you come to bed? I'll be with you. I'll be with you shortly. Come on, let's go to bed too. And you're doing this. Sir?
Sweetheart, I think it's getting late. You should come to bed.
Get the best-selling novels, The Deal and Perfect Couple by Uncle WHYTE at 40 Ghana cedis each. Available at all Shell shops, selected bookshops, and total filling stations. For inquiries, call 050-554-6010 or WhatsApp 050-554-6030 for your copies.